The Zone at 91.3 presents The B-Side.
Dan Common!
Hey, Doug.
Hi, Dan.
Hey, Jason, you're still my favorite Jason 3 weeks in a row.
Really? Yeah. You're still...
I think that's the longest that Jason's held on to the top spot, too.
Really?
Yeah, consecutive
Fantastic.
3-week favorite Jason.
I don't understand this weirdness between the two of you, but I'm telling
it's
you,
'cause you're not
as
us.
like a third-party embarrassment, I'm suffering it hard.
The truth is, we don't really understand it either, but we're okay with it.
Ah, that's the way love goes. Right? Anyone?
Yeah, sure.
Sure.
Yeah, that's wow, it didn't get more awkward. Thanks for saying it's awkward and being more awkward.
Yeah, right. Dan, we're happy to have you as always. Of course, right after a couple big announcements, you're a festival mainstay in this city.
Yes, I love the festival. I think I go to a festival before I buy tickets before I know what's happening, because I think the most important, of course, the entertainment, meeting the entertainers, discovering new acts is but it's hanging out with the right people in town that support live music. It's always a blast. It's what else are you going to do with the weekend? Cut the grass?
Right.
Come on.
So now, what do you got going for the B-side today, my friend?
So there's a group in town called the KindleArts Society, and they provide grants to local artists to make really cool things. And so I've just started to get to know. I've heard about them for years, but I'm starting to understand them a little bit more. They organize events. They got one coming up called I think it's called the Springle. And it's the Spring Mingle, where they're actually hey, a bunch of artists, late April, we're all going to get together in a room, talk about our projects, and then somebody might be like, I want to work on that project with you. I want to work on that. And I think that's great. And they're able to, through these events, they raise some money, and then they give out grants to artists that are about to do cool stuff.
That's cool.
And they run something called Otherworld, which is there's something called a regional burn. It's like it has an affiliation with Burning Man, but they hold it locally. And so they do one up island that's pretty incredible that I hope to get to this year. And one of the projects that I've been talking about has been this art car that we want to bring to parades and festivals. And so speaking of the festival announcements today, KindleArts has gotten together with the Makerspace people, and they're doing a 2-day workshop in May 7th and 8th, on how to do safe fire art, right? So flame effects so if you think about any piece of art you like, add fire to that, it's going to be better, right? Guaranteed. Now, of course,
Or at the very least, you're going to get Dan Gunn's interest.
yeah, I'll be paying attention.
How can I learn how to use fire in my art projects?
If you've never experienced it, I can tell you that when you're beside something and all of a sudden an 8-foot flame shoots out the top of it, it gets your attention.
Yeah.
Right? It hits you on every sense level. And so I'm super excited. So what they've done, the KindleArts group and Makerspace, they've actually managed to get the people in charge. They're called the FAST team for Burning Man, the fire and safety team. So of course, you got 60,000 people at an event and things are shooting fire. You have to take into consideration safety. That's
Sure.
a part of it. There's a funny saying for these events. They say safety third. And people think that means that everything's dangerous. Actually, it means first thing you do is make sure everybody else is taken care of. Then you make sure the fire's out, and then you can take care of yourself. And so to do this properly, there's a lot of consideration that goes into it. How you pressurize things with the safety valves, the shutoffs, the fire extinguishers that you need nearby, et cetera. And so May 7th and 8th at the Makerspace.
You don't have to do this, right?
No, you do have to. Hey, listen, everything should shoot fire and it should be safe.
I love your spirit, man.
So listeners, you're thinking, what am I doing on May 7th and 8th? What are you going to do? Cut the grass? There's not a festival that day. So sign up for this course. It's $200 and it's for the whole weekend. You're going to sit down with the heads of fire from Burning Man and you're going to build a thing that shoots fire.
That does sound pretty great.
If there's no better Saturday and Sunday in the world than building things that shoot 8-foot flames and that is safe.
So let me guess, your art car that you're working on will now be shooting flames out of it.
If this course goes well.
Yeah.
If I pay attention, day one is like fire and safety.
Yeah.
If I pay attention during that part, then I should safely be able to shoot some fire. And I wouldn't be surprised if at both festivals, Rock the Shores and Rifflandia, somewhere there's this space shuttle made out of wood that shoots fire out the top.
Oh, good.
Now,
It's made out of wood.
I'm not
Perfect.
making any promises. Yeah. Well, yeah, they're going to be up high. So
Made out of wood in July. That shouldn't be a problem.
Perfect.
We're going to call it the Kindle Shuttle.
Okay, so if people want to check out the workshop or just the work that they do,
So there's two places they can check. Always check thebside.com. We'll have the stuff on the blog, and also KindleArts.ca is the website where people can go and learn more about that group and see the other events that they're doing. They're cool people doing cool stuff.
It does sound really awesome.
You should be one of them.
And you've met her many times, as my mother would say to you after hearing this story. Dan, arrive alive.
All right. I'm going to try and leave alive, too.
Thanks, Dan.
Thanks, Dad.